Hello everybody, Dylan here today, and we are going to be reading a Crappypasta. Today's Crappypasta actually comes off the Crappypasta wiki, and it is called Sonic's Curse. It was posted in March 30th, 2014. I'm sure we got a gem on our hands today. So let's get into reading Sonic's Curse today on DHT. My friend and I were sitting at his house playing on his PlayStation, which is not a euphemism at all. I got bored, so I went into the storage closet. I think we just call that a closet. And started going through some really old things. I happened to come across an old Dreamcast console. Yeah, I keep all my consoles in the closet too, don't you fucking know? I took it out and observed it. It looked to be in good shape. I brought it into the living room and showed my friend. He looked at it and suggested we plugged it in to see if it works. This part of the story will come back to bite us later, but let's just keep on going. He opened the disc compartment and discovered a CD. Oh my god, this is getting scary already. It was a blank disc but had Sonic's Curse written on it, and I presume in Sharpie. We looked at each other. It was obvious none of us had heard of it. We didn't ask each other, we just fucking knew it. We turned the system on and waited for the game to start. I hope this isn't some weird porn that they put on a Dreamcast disc, because you don't fucking know what's on that disc. A title slowly started to appear, reading, "Play at your own risk." We again looked at each other and shrugged it off, because all my games threatened me. I played Super Mario Galaxy and it told me to fuck off. Anyway, we shrugged it off, assuming that it was just something there to get children excited, because what's more exciting than threats? The main screen came up. It looked as though it was a remake of Sonic Unleashed. Oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Sonic Unleashed, a game that was already mediocre at best, on the Dreamcast, a console that isn't that strong. I can't wait to see it. It had Sonic on one side, and on the other side was the Wait, what? No. It's Werehog. I got bitched at in a video for this, so you're not allowed to call him Werewolf, but whatever. On his other side was a werewolf type deal. It looked normal. The screen would flash every now and again. We just assumed that it was just the years of being unused, even though this game doesn't exist. We're assuming stuff. We selected to play and waited. The opening cutscene came on, and what we saw was not your typical Sonic game. Well, this isn't your typical Sonic game. It's a game that doesn't exist, that you found in your friend's closet, and he doesn't know where the fuck it came from. None of this is typical. The ground was littered with blood, because of course it is. Sonic was standing there in his wolf form. His eyes were pitch black. His face was contorted in a sadistic smile. His teeth and claws and fur, that's not how you do that, were covered in blood. He looked at the screen and it felt like he was staring straight at us because we're vain assholes. Then the screen went to black. It stayed black for a few minutes because we have to rip off Sonic.exe some more. Then a small sentence came up at the bottom of the screen. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the fucking gingerbread man. Nah, I just added in that last part, but you might as well. We looked at each other again. I asked what this was. What the fuck, man? Your Dreamcast is quoting Gingerbread Man quotes. Remember that part I told you about earlier? Well, here's where it comes into play. I asked him what was this. He said he never even owned a Dreamcast or heard of this game before. He never owned a Dreamcast and never heard of this game, and it's in his closet. What the fuck? Even if he did, I know him. He would never get a game like this. How the fuck do you know him? You don't follow him everywhere. The cutscene ended and opened up with Sonic holding a flashlight. Ooh, spooky. He ran through the pitch darkness with only a little light showing him the way. Something then shot across the screen, followed by a laugh that sent chills through my spine because I'm a bitch. He stopped and flashed the light into that direction. A really good idea. A flash of dead bodies flooded the screen for a few seconds. Good thing that I'm timing this, and what the fuck, dead bodies? Whose dead bodies? Is this just getting fucking weird really quick? There were words popping up everywhere now and again. I couldn't read them because I dropped out in first grade, but words! But the screen was flashing too fast to make anything out. He continued forward. Subtitles appeared at the bottom of the screen saying, "That smells. It smells metallic." He walked on, only to arrive on what looked like a massive explosion of bodies, just bodies spilling everywhere. A trail of blood led him to what appeared to be entrails. Ooh. When the camera zoomed into the entrails, it spelled out, "I can taste your blood." Well, at least this guy is very sweet with his bloody murdering. He wrote you a love note, come on. Sonic continues on by himself. My friend is no longer in control. Well, you really weren't in control to begin with, but whatever. He comes to a dark patch in a forest. He shines the light into the darkness and sees the werehog. Its eye sockets were empty. Only dark holes are left. That smile, I'll never forget that smile. Teeth covered in blood and his fur was wet with blood. Did I mention blood? Sonic drops the flashlight in pure terror and freezes. I can hear the beast moving around. Sonic, slowly, the sound gets closer and closer. The screen goes white for about 2 minutes. Then flashes to a gruesome scene with the words written in blood, "You're next," because of course. The screen then goes back to Sonic. He's down on his knees, sobbing. Why is Sonic always on his knees crying? Do you guys have some type of fetish or something? Why is it always on his knees? Like the last 3 stories I've read is Sonic's on his knees crying. Like a fucking bitch. He looks up and looks at the right of the screen. His eyes are replaced by what seems to be sheets. His face is covered with blood and his skin looks as though he's been dead for a few weeks. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. I know when someone's been dead for a few weeks. The camera then zooms down, showing his torso, or what's left of it. His insides are gone, don't get too descriptive there, and all that remains is his large intestine hanging halfway out. This guy has something for intestines, because he keeps bringing them up a lot. The camera zooms into his face. Sonic then starts to laugh hysterically because this whole fucking story is so self-aware that he realizes that it sucks. He then stops and looks back at the screen and mutters, "Damn you," and lets out an ear-piercing scream, then falls flat on his face like a drunk. The game goes to static and then opens up to the main screen. We look at each other and then quickly shut the game off. At night, while I lay in my bed, I could swear I hear Sonic's sadistic laugh coming from outside my window. And this story is credited to Danny Fifey. Accredited to, and then he put his email down below. He was so fucking proud of this story. Dear God. And the worst part is that it got a 4.5 star rating. What the hell's up with this story? I'm assuming people gave it a positive rating because they knew it sucked and this is a troll website. But I'm reassuring you, someone actually wrote this and it did suck this bad, so it got put onto the Crappypasta wiki. So I hope you enjoyed Sonic's Curse. It was a story filled with blood and Sonic Unleashed for the Sega Dreamcast. Only things we can dream about in our world. If you want to see more Crappypastas, like this video and comment down below about what you thought about this Crappypasta. I'm going to be uploading some new content soon, so I hope you guys stick around to watch that. If you want to, you can share this video, and if you really like the page, you can subscribe. This has been Dylan from DHT, Games, Comics, Theories, and more. Bye.